In this lesson we will learn how to make buttons. As you see, they are different. Those two don't have a hole, they don't have an opening, and this one has an opening. Both can be used as a decorative part of the flower or other motifs. This, for example, is used to make a flower bud, and this type of button is made, this Irish rose look a little bit different. Bring to it richness. Here's another Irish rose. So we're going to learn first how to make a button without opening, and then button that look like this. The methods are there are two different methods of making them, and you can still have the same result, a different result. So pick up thread number 10, preferably soft, something soft. I use bamboo thread for the button. By the way, the buttons look much better when you crochet them with bamboo thread or rayon or silk. They look much better, they have a softer look. So I also, when you learn, I recommend to use hook 125 millimeters and bamboo thread number 10 or crochet cotton thread. So make a slip knot and chain 6. After you made a chain, connect chain in a ring with a slip stitch. Insert the hook into the ring and the short tail wrap around clockwise around the hook behind this ring. This way I will crochet around and the ring and this thread, and that way I will weave in the thread. And then I have to worry about this at the end. So now we'll grab the thread and make first stitch, slip stitch. I'm sorry, single crochet. Again, into the round, into the circle, grab the thread, bring it out, and you have single crochet. So basically you make single crochet stitches around the circle, around the ring. After you finish the first round, you can cut this short tail and continue crochet. So you overlap second round over the first, third over the second, and so on. You constantly crochet the same thing, single crochet stitch around, around, and around. When you bring the thread out of the opening, make sure to move it or to the edge and then make a single crochet stitch, because the edges, they have tendency to crawl inside, kind of close in, and this is what you have to avoid from happening. Make sure that your edges are on the very far side. And you crochet this way until you will close this opening, until you will not be able to insert the hook inside the opening. as I crochet, I like to throw my thread around the hook like that. It's easier for me, at least, instead of going this way around and grab the thread this way. It's kind of uncomfortable for some reason for me. It's easier to go in and throw the thread around the hook and then bring it out. And it's uncomfortable because the ring becomes thicker as I add layers of thread over it. And probably you will find another way of doing it, but this is how I do this. And if you like it, you can try it, and if you like it, you can continue crochet the same way. So as you see, my opening is getting smaller. I still can get into the opening with the hook, so that's why I'm continue to crochet. This will give fullness to my button. You can look on the opposite side. Basically, this is the face of our button. And we can actually stop crocheting because I closed the opening and it's done. To finish the round, go into the edge with the hook right in here, grab the thread, bring it out and make a slip stitch. After that you can cut the thread long enough piece to weave in the end. And I always recommend to cut a piece of thread 5 to 6 inches long that you can weave in the end long enough inside, that way your work will not be unraveled. And you just insert the needle right in the back of the button, and this way just make hide this thread around the button, go on a circle 2-3 times. And also depends what kind of thread you use. If it's cotton, it's enough 2-3 times. If you use silk or rayon, you will need to weave in probably a longer piece, because this thread is kind of behave funny. It's almost like alive, the silk or rayon, and require better attention to the weaving in ends. So here's the first button. This is the first method of making the button. Now we will make this right here button with the shape of a donut. I'll take a different thread for this purpose, just to make it different. So if you're making something small like this for example Irish rose is made with DMC thread number 12, and crochet hook that I use for this Irish rose is 0.75 millimeters. So to make what I'm going to make for this button, I was using a crochet hook with a handle, round handle like this, that is 5 millimeters in diameter. That's what you need. For the video I am using a different thread and of course different hook. So what you will need to do, you need a round, something round. If it's not crochet hook, something find, I would recommend to take 5 millimeters knitting needle to wrap around the thread. So you will wrap around this thread around this handle. You can wrap around from 8 to 20 times and 50 times, depends on the thread. This thread is fine, and I wrapped around my thread around the handle like that 50 times in order to have this nice beautiful looking button. So for this project I will make 18, something like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop here, and this short tail put on the top like this, and keep wrapping around. 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I'll make 20. Now this piece, the short piece, you can cut off. You don't need it anymore. Now prepare your, slide it a little bit, this thread, this wrapped around threads. Prepare your hand first of all for crocheting, and take off the thread of the handle. Be very careful because you don't want to lose any of those pieces and to disorient them, to make sure that they are staying the same place together. Insert the hook inside, then grab this thread and bring it out and make a first stitch. First it's a slip stitch, and again go inside. And sometimes, like my thread is bamboo and very soft, and it just moving around really inside, and it's very difficult. But if you use cotton thread, it will be easier to do this. And so, like we did in the first button, we were crocheting around the chain or around the ring, single crochet stitches. This is what you will do here. Crochet around this pieces of thread, single crochet stitches all around until you will close until you will make the first round. And that's it. This is when you will have this donut looking button. You can continue crochet this way all the way till you will close this area. The button will become only much bigger. And what I would recommend you to do, you know the method, the way you can make it. Try both ways. Make just single crochet stitches around this pieces of thread, one layer of it, and then try to do the same, using the same method of wrapping around the thread around the crochet hook handle. So I'm done here, but you can continue crochet around until you will have this, but we're making this kind of button. So after you've done the first round, you have to always, each round and each row, finish with slip stitch. So you go into the edge next to the last stitch, grab the thread and make a slip stitch, and then you can cut the thread long enough to weave in. Weave in the end, and this is what you have. And then you can use this kind of button to make to use as a foundation or centerpiece for Irish rose.